Kama kuna kitu fake in this world is Christianity. The fakest thing. Kuna fakest. Kuna fakest ama ni fake. Christianity is the most bogus thing that you can ever imagine on earth. Because it adds no value to mankind. Meaning, what is God? God is a businessman. God has created this world and he has managed this world how to operate. That is why you have buildings, we have cars, we have what? Because God, from the word go, is a businessman. Christians don't love God.
They're looking for miracles.
They are just looking, they are miracle seekers. And they're coming because
if they don't find that miracle, they move.
These are the same people who walikuwa naenda Mavweni kwa Ezekiel. These are the same. These are the same people. If you don't con them, they run away from you again.
True.
Because was Gachagua hoodwinked out of the government because he refused this agenda.
Okay.
It was of more international politics than the local politics.
So that's where the truthful man thing comes in.
The people who are advocating for his removal, they are all gays. All the member of parliament you saw speaking loudly and strongly, fervently supporting it and saying this man has to go. They are all gays. The people with the Donis, the people with all those kind of people, I don't want to mention them, but let it be, all those guys, they are all gays. They are known.
Wow.
They are well known. And the money that Ruto really used, about 70% of the money he used for campaign were from the gay. It is not about the politics we are seeing. It was much deeper. Because it is Joe Biden and Obama who said Gachagua must go. So that's why the CIA guy was here to make sure Gachagua goes. That's why the MI6 guy was here to make sure Gachagua goes. And look at when Kindiki was sworn in. It was 1st of 11. That is the night that they have the Halloween dinner. So it was a ritual that was well organized, so to perfect, because they really needed Kenya as an altar so that they can be able to win the world. The Masonic sword, when I went, unakumbuka kuna wakati nilienda kuiba huko kwa Masonic.
Umesema umeamua kukua mwizi.
Yeah. Unajua tuliambiwa, kuna mtu alituambia inside kuna vitu zote huko ni za gold. Masafuria ni za gold.
Wewe kitu yenye ulikuwa ukitaka ni gold.
Ni gold.
Umesema lazima utajirike.
Nilisoma, though I was not a Christian, lakini nilisoma Biblia, ikaniambia vitu zote, they are meant for the righteous, for the people of God. And I counted myself as a person of God. Na watu wa shetani wanafanya nini na gold? So nikaenda kuiba.
Life is spiritual, and today we have a very, very amazing guest over here. He is not yani si mgeni kwa your screens. Na hapa tuko Kenya Digital News, Kenyaland, and I hope you enjoy this video today. My guest over here, ye mwenye atajiintroduce hapa. Karibu sana, Apostle.
How are you?
I'm good.
I'm good. I'm Apostle Warwinge.
Okay.
Watu wengine najua aliyekuwa.
Okay, aliyekuwa
former kiongozi wa kundi haramu.
Wow. Wow.
That's me. Okay. I'm Apostle. And I fellowship with the Synagogue Church.
Okay.
At the Coffee Plaza.
Coffee Plaza, yeah.
Not the Coffee Plaza. Coffee Plaza.
Matamchi.
Ukikuyu, matamchi.
Tunaelewa.
Matamchi. Ama wananchi.
But I really, really love what you guys are doing. And tunaona hiyo side ya mlima, you guys mmeamua ku show support to
no, what it is. I've been speaking about this, that Kikuyus don't have a king. A king is produced by circumstances.
Yeah.
In Kikuyu, not like the Luos, we have Laira.
Yeah, we have a kingpin.
He has been there forever. Yeah. Kalonzo has been there forever. In Kikuyus, we don't have a king that this is our king.
Yeah.
Our king is a need-basis king.
True.
Now Gachagua can vuma from now, maybe up to maybe May or June there.
Then inakuja inasettle.
Then another one will come depending on what are the circumstances.
And the agenda they are pushing.
And that is the most dangerous thing that you can have. So those people, those kind of people are very unpredictable.
Yeah.
Because if Kikuyus also what they hate is betrayal. They can betray you, but they'd hate being betrayed.
See, you know, it's very, very painful. Like they say, mwizi, hakuna mwizi mwenye anapenda kuibiwa. Yeah.
It's so painful, so painful. Like now, there's the whole scenario. Because more especially Kikuyus, they all understand who is the cause of the pain.
Yeah.
It is the people that rejected, the person they rejected.
Sindio.
It is Raila who is engineering all these things.
But they're about that.
So they are not fighting Ruto. The other time we were not fighting Uhuru. We are fighting Raila. So even this one, because we know he's going to be betrayed.
True.
He's not going to win the ASU chair. And as you see now, Kinabadi, the way they are talking, it is like they are preparing for a mass walkout. And therefore, he will think that when he comes out, the Kikuyus will be supporting him. Kikuyu will move to another line
True.
as long as he is there, because he is a common enemy to the Kikuyu community. I don't know what he did to the community. I don't know what, because me, I will not vote for him.
Don't you see like it's the game, you divide and rule?
Yeah, no, for me,
playing.
I'll not vote. I've never voted for him, and I've never voted for him with no reason. I don't have a reason.
Like it's just something.
I sing a song that many others sing. There's no issue. There's nothing that I can say be able at Raila Nimbaya.
Yeah.
Kama saizi, we were asking Raila, why did you join the other side? Why couldn't you join us? When we need him, he becomes a friend. When we don't, when he's needing us, he's not a friend.
Yeah.
And that's the politics of this seat.
Yeah. And
these are politics that Kenya has chosen to be in it. But above all, the situation between now the Ruto factor, the Ruto issue in this country, that's a gone case. Ruto is a one-term president. And
how do you know that?
I know, I can tell you that. All things.
So you've seen what Ruto is planning right now. There is a software that is being made for him to be able to at least neutralize all this that is happening right now.
A software, what does it mean?
This software, the idea behind it is for him to be able to, all these propagandas, huwa zinaletanga like a wave, in watu wanaweza kukua confused.
The software, the life of software in Kenya, it's not yet there. And number two, you cannot centralize a polarized community, because if you look at now the Kikuyus now, they are on the other side, Kisis are on the other side, Luos are on the other side.
Yeah.
A software for him, it will take some time. You see now, YouTube started quite a long time ago, but it took a long time before it now, you can now see everybody has a TV. Yeah, but this didn't start, the YouTube didn't start 20 years, it's almost 25 years ago. But people never understood what the YouTube is. The same thing, the software, as much he thinks that what he did during the Kenyatta time is the same thing will come and happen. The problem with the people he's trying to fight are the drivers of decision making. The Kikuyus are the drivers of any decision in Kenya, are the drivers of the economy, are the drivers of hate, are the drivers of tribalism, are the drivers, anything, name it. Kikuyus are the drivers of all those things. And they have money and they have the control. And when they have decided, they are going to fight you. They will fight you with their bodies, with their spirit, with their soul,
all
and
they
with
have.
Whatever that is at their disposal, they will fight you. And anybody who decides or chooses to be on your side, you'll be fought with him. Like now you can look at what happened in Murang'a. When this Mukorino guy tried to stop Gachagua from addressing the crowd. No, Gachagua was just passing by. Gachagua ndiye alikuwa mchokozi hapo. Because the event was not his. But he just decided, because they had a karuma, that this Mukorino has been given money by Ruto to go and hoodwink the people in Murang'a. So the people in Murang'a called Gachagua from where he was. Come pitia hapa. Tumekusanywa.
Kuja tuone.
Kuja tuharibu. So that Mukorino will never resurface again. Ni kama ile story ya nani ya Bedigedai. Tano tena. He's tried anything possible. Alizimwa na kazimika, amejaribu hata kujibleach. Nothing is working. Nothing is working. You see, people like this community moves away from you, they totally move away from you.
Yeah.
And the worst thing, part of the bad side of them, any campaign in Kenya is ever supported by the Kikuyus. They finance it. They're the one who financed any. Ruto was 80% financed by Kikuyus. He has stolen a lot of money. He has everything. He thinks he's gonna use it to come and fight. But these people, they are dangerous. If he can look and see what happened in Embu, that was an indicator. Uhuru is still alive. He's not dying any soon. Uhuru now has become a father to the community. And Gachagua has become the general to the community. And the people like Kinawarenge are also generals here and there. And we are all doing these things. Therefore, it is a bit. And also the church also has risen up against the system. And this one will go continuously because there is a seamless propaganda towards the church that Ruto wants to finish you. This is all about propaganda and all about misunderstanding and all about him being unable to represent himself. Because the Ruto who did the campaign is not the Ruto that is the president now. And it was too early for him to have betrayed Gachagua. He could have waited like Uhuru. Uhuru waited for the first term and then the second term. And second term, that is when he chomoka na akaanza kufanya vituko zake. Alikuwa anamchukia from the word go. Lakini alijificha. This guy.
Now what made him be his running mate? Ruto as the running mate to Uhuru?
We made him. I was part of the people who made him to be the running mate because we were trying to contain violence that could have erupted from the Rift Valley. That's what number one. Number two, we had this issue of the ICC. We needed to contain it. And number three, we also needed to contain Raila because Raila had also a huge team and his card was a clean card. That these are criminals. I'm not a criminal.
Do you know? Me personally, it really pained me why all the time Raila is the one who has to just stand up and say, okay, I accept the defeat. And yet you can see clearly this man has the potential to get the powers.
No, but Raila has never wanted to be a president.
I say
Raila, his factory is in the opposition. He loves it when in the opposition. He makes more money. He's more.
So it's like a business.
Raila is in business. If you removed Raila, took him to power and made him a president, tomorrow he will be in the opposition. He will be demonstrating in the streets saying Raila must go because that is where he wants. People like Kina Orengo. Orengo, look at Orengo and see the kind of Orengo we used to have. I remember we used to advocate here with an organization that used to be called Mageuzi. We used to be his soldiers moving around with him. But look at the events of Gachagua in the night at the Senate. Orengo was in the Senate in the night. Something that Orengo fought for, that never again will we do things in the night. He was there in the night because he was an oppositionist, always an opposition. People like Orengo, remember Orengo was a minister for health. No, this governor, the Kisumu governor. Anyang. When he was the minister for health. Did you see him demonstrating with the doctors? Because there are people who are born opposition in the opposition. They were born always to oppose anything. They even oppose their own things. Also really shocked. Everybody was shocked with what Orengo did in the night. His presence there. Even if Gachagua maybe might have pretended that he was sick in the hospital, but the statement he released to say that we don't care whether somebody is sick or not sick. The man who was championing for the democracy, for the change of the constitution, and for the things to be done in the right way. And then you find him, he's the one that is making this to work. So that's the kind of politics of deceit, politics of hatred, and the tribalism, too much of tribalism. Because these are kind of politicians who want you to die so that they can come and enjoy the benefit from your death. These are like, me, I normally call these politicians mob people, mob owners. You know, a mob owner, like now I have a member here in my church who is a mob owner. And he brings his tithe here. Like yesterday he was here, he brought his tithe. And if you read correctly, what is the meaning of a tithe in the book of Malachi 3?
The 10th of what you get.
Yeah. So why do we bring tithe to the church? Can you remember the statement? The Bible says, bring your tithes, first fruit, and your offering to the storehouse so that I can open doors and windows for you.
Yeah.
So it is a blessing. The tithe commands a blessing. That if you give me tithe, the doors will open. If you give me tithe.
And is it just a belief, or is it because it is written?
It is written. No. Whatever that is written becomes law, it becomes a belief, becomes spiritual.
Then it manifests.
It manifests because it has become. If I can turn this one to be a mode of worship, if I look at this one this way, something will happen. Today it might not happen. Tomorrow I look at it again that way. The third day it becomes an altar.
Yeah.
A place where you do worship frequently, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. It turns out to become an altar. Therefore, tithe, people may say it's a myth, people may say it's a conspiracy, but because of the belief that is there since time immemorial, it says, give your tithes and offering and bring them to the house of the Lord, and I will open the doors and the windows for you.
Yeah.
So my point was not there. My point was this man for the morgue has brought his tithe. Yes, he brought his tithe yesterday for the doors and the windows to open. So, which are the doors?
Dead bodies.
People to die.
Yeah.
So even me, who is receiving the tithe, I receive a tithe and I tell God, please, not me.
God, remember
because he's coming to seek for the doors to open, for the windows to open. And his business, it is me and you.
You're the client.
And again, on the other side, I'm the man of the house. I'm the pastor to receive. And he's exactly doing what is supposed to be done.
Yeah.
He's bringing to the house of the Lord. And
a cheerful giver.
A cheerful giver. Shaken together. Alafu sasa uanze kukohoa, amekupatia hiyo sacrifice, umechukua na yeye ni apostle. Sasa ufike nyumbani usikika baridi, uanze ukumbuke ile tithe ilikuja.
Am I one of the blessings this round or what?
So ndio nakwambia siasa za Kenya ni siasa ambazo ziko na deceit kubwa sana. It's not only in politics, hata kanisani. Kama kuna kitu fake in this world is Christianity. The fakest thing. Kuna fakest ama ni fake. Christianity is the most bogus thing that you can ever imagine on earth. Because it adds no value to mankind. It adds no value to whatever. Because it's all about deceit. It's all about killing one another, destroying one another. You see, people who are taken to court because of corruption are James, are Humphrey, are Mark.
Yeah.
And all these guys are Christians. That's number one. The prostitutes that have around Akina Mary, Akina Florence, Kina Mercy. You can't hear Atini Abdullah Bululu. No. So it is a religion that does not have a foundation.
Yeah.
If you look at the Muslim, they don't look at themselves as a religion. They look at themselves as a government, the government of heaven. That is why they are able to control the economy.
True.
They are able to control the religion, part of the religion, the economy, the social welfare. You see, they are running a system.
And right now you can see the
influence. They have dominated. Yeah. They have gotten into politics. They are running politics. They have gotten into biashara. They are running hotels. Wamechukua kila mahali. They have taken over.
But the rate of which they are taking over, it's really
because they have an agenda, and the agenda is compounded in a government. And if Christianity was compounded to become a government of heaven, because we say, our Father who art in heaven, thy kingdom come, that it may be done on earth
as it is in heaven.
So what were you asking? You are asking heaven to bring its government here on earth so that they may colonize the earth. That is what a Muslim has done. That is what a Hindu has done.
Like they are materializing it right now.
That is what Aga Khan has done. You see, Aga Khan, if you look at Aga Khan,
what is Aga Khan?
Aga Khan is a religious body. It's like the synagogue here. Aga Khan Hospital, there is that man called Aga Khan.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a spiritual father. He's a spiritual who does business in a spiritual concept. So, yes, you are holy. It's a Muslim kind of a thing. Yes, you will worship, but the worship is enshrined into business. Like now, if I, unaona wale wanafanga to kofia, to a white, wanaitwa Ismailia. Wamefungua ma hardware, kiduka. That is what community, they are funded to go and open businesses that are geared towards who? Aga Khan. So that is the essence of seeking or being a Christian, that you need to dominate as part of the book of Genesis 1, verse number 26, 27, and 28. Let us make man who looks like us, who has our own character. So me and you, we have a character of God. Meaning, what is God? God is a businessman. God has created this world and he has managed this world how to operate. That is why you have buildings, we have cars, we have what? Because God, from the word go, is a businessman. He told the first man, dominate. That control the world, it is yours. Have dominion and subdue the earth. Multiply and replenish. That multiplication is business.
True.
You see, like McDonald's, if you look at McDonald's, it was produced one burger in somewhere in America, Atlanta. But that burger had been multiplied in all parts of the world. That's God's plan. That is how God wanted us to be. So you will find that the people of the world, as Jesus said, are more clever than the people of the kingdom.
True.
And that's why Jesus asked them in the book of Matthew, join these people, work with these people, because they are better than you. When he was talking about the manager, he was talking, join these people, they are better, they are smarter. Look at Elon Musk. What is he doing? Look at Bill Gates. We are everywhere we are talking about. We go to South Africa, Bill Gates. You go to Tanzania, Bill Gates. You go to Nicaragua, Bill Gates. You go to India, Bill Gates. All over Bill Gates, and these are illiterate.
But
he's a class 4 dropout.
And let me ask you, these people,
and not a
they are believed to be,
and he's not a Christian. He's not going to heaven.
Freemason or the Illuminati.
Yes. They automatically becomes Illuminati because of we failing to think. Because yes, they are Illuminati. What stops you from acting because you're a child of God? Yes, they are using the devil to act. Why can't you use your God to act? I was asking a question to my members of the church. Now, if God was to come today and tells us, I want to take people to go and live with me in heaven. If I were God, would I choose fools or would I choose clever people?
Clever people,
yes,
of course.
Yes. Ask these guys. Let's use my church here. On the seat you are seated on is a Chinese seat. The microphone I'm using is a microphone from China.
Yeah.
The pulpit I'm using is from China. The carpet that is in my church is from China. The speakers that are in church, they're from China. Me, I know Chinese will perish. Watachomeka wote. But ndio tuseme watachomeka. Lakini mimi mzuri ambaye sitachomeka, ni nini nimefanya dunia hii ya kuworship Mungu?
Nothing for sure, nothing.
Mimi mwenyewe kanisa mzima mpaka ile nguo nimevaa, mpaka anda ile nimevaa ni China. Sasa Mungu akiniuliza ubongo nilikupatia kufanya nayo nini?
Utasema nini? Wale wenye mtanyang'anywa baby. Ipeano kwa wale wenye wanaweza zitumia baby.
So I'm afraid ndio naomba. Hata nilikuwa naomba Mungu asikuje haraka. At least
yoga baby iko. So you're like, okay God, you're coming
for sure.
Now.
Mimi na Mchina tuseme Mungu amekaa pale. Mimi na Mchina atachagua nani?
Mchina of course. Utabaki hapo kusema I'm the perfect one.
That is the only thing I've invented.
So and why is it that when someone is going through a tough moment in life,
yes,
they tend to be spiritually awake?
Yes, because we lack to use our brains. We lack to understand what we are following. People worship God that they don't understand. People worship Jesus that they don't understand. People go to church, but they don't know the meaning of going to church. The people here, you see so many people in my church, they've come because they hear there's a testimony here of people with cancer have been healed here. People with some problems, challenges in life have been healed. That is what is making them come. Because they heard that people are being healed. Not because of God. Christians don't love God.
They're looking for miracles.
They are just looking, they are miracle seekers. And they're coming because
if they don't find that miracle,
they move. Like, these are the same people who walikuwa naenda Mavueni kwa Ezekiel. These are the same These are the same people. And if you don't con them, they run away from you again.
True.
Because if you become so good, you tell them sasa mimi sitaki pesa, mimi ni mchungaji, mimi ni mtumishi wa Mungu.
And do you know if you tell them the truth, they start victimizing themselves.
Wanasema wewe ni mashetani.
Thank you. And that's what they do.
Lakini ukiwanyang'anya kama kwa mchungaji mwingine rafiki yangu najua appointment ile chini sana ni 4K. Kupata appointment. Hiyo ni kupata karatasi namba ya kwenda kumuona. Alafu sasa uende ukiwa na sacrifice. Na unaweza kosa kumuona. Kulingana na sacrifice hiyo utatoa. Na unakuta line magari
Nasikia wengine wanapangishwa line watu wa 1 million hapa.
Hivyo si ndio huyo nasema.
Nyinyi wale wa
50,000 mko kwa nyumba.
Mnakusanyishwa
pamoja. Hao wengine wote ambao hawana kitu acha sio niambia yangu waende mkaombe hapo. Na sasa hapo line inapangwa. Sasa wewe jifanye mzuri pasta mzuri.
Utakufa njaa.
Utakufa njaa.
Uparara tena waseme hapana. So pale hatuwezi enda.
Nimeleta your story so that you can mirror what kind of a society that we are in politics, katika biashara, katika system zote za serikali, the system of the world. That's how we are behaving, that's how we are living, and that's how you can see these guys of one world order are coming so strongly and overtaking. As you can say, gayism, lesbianism imekuja juu sana because those are sacrifices they are doing. That you say these people who are eating their...
Speaking of that, is it that
what do we call it?
Some form of a cult?
No, it's a cult. It's a religion that they believe when you eat somebody's poo, there is the one who you are eating is you have done a covenant with him. You have done a ritual that your business will go. It's like
whose business, you or the other person?
The man that is doing, because they are men, the rich men that are doing so to young girls, that you eat his poo, his pee. Is it poo or pee? Both of them. Tutumia gani?
That thing is disgusting. Like, okay.
So when you eat that pee, and it's a ritual he has done to you, he has taken something from you.
So does it really have to be a poo?
And also, that's number one. Once you eat that, they subject you to sleep with a dog. Because it's another ritual, sexual ritual with a dog that makes now things to happen. It's like when you see Muslims, some of the Muslims, they at some point of the year, they'll go to the ocean and they throw money into the ocean because they believe that they are jinns. Jinn Farouk, Jinn Jabal, Jinn Jibril. They are in the sea. The spirit of the sea, the queen of the sea. That is where they get their power from. So at some time, once you make your money, you make like 200,000 or 500,000, you go and throw it into the sea.
The whole of the...
Yeah, the whole of it, to say thank you to the provider, who is the queen of the sea. So the kind of spiritualism, demonic spiritualism that is around us, it is all around that you find the Muslims, they are with Jin Farouk, like the Farouk Kibet, Jin Farouk, Jin Jabal, Jin...
Let me not ask. No offense.
Jin Jabal, Jin Jibril, all those are jinns, and they are used for businesses, different types. If we go for war, they use Jin Farouk.
Let me ask you, you know, kukosa kujua inakuanga huwa inatucost. And you find some Christians converting to Muslim.
Yes, I was one. Me, I was a Muslim.
Jina yako ilikuwa nani?
Ibrahim. Me, I was a Muslim.
Okay, unaambiwa jina before, yani the meaning of the name.
Sikuambiwa, the meaning of the name niliitwa kwa sababu Ibrahim is the father wa nani?
Like Abraham,
Abraham Isaac, babake sasa. Babake nani? Babake Ismail. So mimi ni Ibrahim. And so niliokokea kule Sakina Mosque Mombasa. Na walio niweka huko ni kina Mohamed Kubwa, all the terrorist guys. Wale waliuliwa wote. Hao ndio walinisilimisha huko na Sheikh Dor. Ndio walinisilimisha huko nikakukisha. From there, I was taken places for training ya madrasa. From madrasa, then they were kutaanza kutufundisha radicalism, how to fight for God, how to die for God. Those are the things that they took us mpaka Saudi Arabia, Libya. I met Muhammad Gaddafi. I went to Mecca. I met the king there because there's an agenda. They wanted to do the Abuja declaration thing. The thing that we are seeing now, it is a long-term thing that was well organized for a long time. That you can see the Muslims as like they are acting, they are well organized, their movement is well oiled, everything they are moving because they had a plan. They have calculated the moves. And the one world order, the same thing, they have calculated their moves. It's only that the Kamala Harris imewaangusha kidogo because they wanted her to be in the position so that they can be able to control the world. Look at this, like the ambassador of America who resigned. She was part of the one world order to fix Kenya because Kenya is very important for both Muslim, one world order, the Freemasons. Kenya is very important.
And you can see the rate at which they are all here.
They are all here. Elon Musk, everybody. The United Nations, they have shifted one of the offices here that talks more of gays, lesbianism, LGBTQ. All the evil things were supposed to be centered in Kenya. Why? Because the revival of the gospel begins in Kenya. So what they wanted to do is to stop it from coming up. But fortunately, through prayers, Trump won. And the Trump came with the Bible, said the Bible has to be brought back to the government, has to be brought back to our schools,
and he is not in for the gay stuff. He
is not in for the gay because he has destroyed the altar. His work now, God brought him to come and destroy the altar of the one world order. Meaning, was Gachagua hoodwinked out of the government because he refused this agenda. It was of more international politics than the local politics.
So that's where the truthful man thing comes in.
The people who are advocating for his removal, they are all gays. All the member of parliament you saw speaking loudly and strongly, fervently supporting it and saying this man has to go, they are all gays. The people with the Donis, the people with all those kind of people, I don't want to mention them, but let it be, all those guys, they are all gays, they are known.
Wow.
They are well known. And the money that Ruto really used, about 70% of the money he used for campaign were from the gay community. And number two, the people you see who are now given money by the government to go and do rallies across the nation in support of the government, they themselves, like the people in Muranga, 50% of them who are organizers, they are from the gay community. Yes. Again, there are many things moving around. You discover it is well calculated. It's a gay community thing because those are the people who formed this government. Through their finances, they finance the government so that they can be able to raise their flag here, they can be able to raise their altars here. That's why The wife of Joe Biden came to Kenya. That is why this woman in the embassy was here, because she was a lesbian. And they were here to make sure that agenda succeeds. So for Gachagua, he refused and said, no, I cannot be able to agree with this one. But the other side of the system, you discover most of the sons and daughters of the politicians of the other side, they are all gays and lesbians. Yeah. So you see how it came in, how they were captured, how they got in, because gayism and lesbianism is an altar that controls nations. That's what Lucifer uses to manipulate and control and raise a specific altar that will make sure the Luciferic agenda thrives in the world. That is why the truth man came. The truth man, it came from that. Not because the politics we are seeing. It is not about the politics we are seeing. It was much deeper. Because it is Joe Biden and Obama who said Gachagua must go. So that's why the CIA guy was here to make sure Gachagua goes. That's why the MI6 guy was here to make sure Gachagua goes. And look at when Kindiki was sworn in. It was 1st of 11. That is the night that they have the Halloween dinner. So it was a ritual that was well organized, so to perfect, because they really needed Kenya as an altar so that they can be able to win the world. Because Kenya is a seed of mankind. It's a seed that controls, the seed that will be the platform for the revival of the gospel. Therefore, they needed Kenya more than anything else so that they can get it. But now, unfortunately, the Murima people, and that's why again it was saying, usibora usiguze Murima. Because they wanted to hit the Murima. You know, there's this story about, I know you've been hearing about it, that the Ark of the Covenant is in the mountain. If you trace it biblically, you find that when they were in Ethiopia, the Kenyaland came downwards to the mountain that was beyond the rivers of Ethiopia. That is where they brought the Ark of the Covenant. You see, the Israelis today, they are guarding Mount Kenya as though it is theirs. The American today, they are guarding Mount Kenya as though it's theirs. The British is guarding Mount Kenya as though it is theirs, because they know the secret behind it. So that's why it's tuko tunasema usiguse nini Mlima, because we know where the ark is. We know the secret of the Mlima. It is not just an ordinary Mlima. Again, I don't know that I'll be able to mention to pronounce it properly. Abel Kalam, Albert Kalam's the Africa, the name of Africa was not Africa. Africa is a name of a warrior, an Italian warrior who came and did battle in the land of sub-Saharan Africa and won the battle against the Africans. So after winning, his man was called Africanus. So when he won the battle, he named us his name, Africa. But the actual name, if you go to the original maps, you find we had Libya, we had Ethiopia, and we had Nubi, the Nubians. The Nubians and the Sudanese, these are the people who held captive the children of Israel. These are the people who walitesa wana wa Israeli miaka 400. They are the Sudanese and the Nubians. That is why they have never seen peace, and they will never see peace. That's biblical. The number of pyramids in the world are remaining in Sudan, not in Egypt, because Egypt was not there, the other side. Egypt was this part of Sudan. So if you come down one, you find the cradle. Abel Kalam means the cradle of not the cradle, the Garden of Eden. Now, the other part of Ethiopia coming down to South Africa, that is where the Garden of Eden is. And that is where River Euphrates and all those rivers, they are all here. But the history of us being the people who are supposed to be in the Bible was taken away by the white people. And then they wrote it, Akina Nimrod, they wrote it as though it is theirs. But if you look clinically, you discover that Africa is the cradle of mankind. If you go to the historian, they will say the first fossil was found where? The first fossil of a human being. Mfupa ya kwanza.
In Africa.
In Kenya, Turkana. The oldest of the oldest was discovered in Turkana. And then if you come to the Bible, you look at it properly, you will find that Kenya is where the Bible describes Kenya, Ethiopia, because you look at the book of Isaiah chapter number 18, it speaks of the country that is beyond the rivers of Ethiopia. You go and read it, you find it. Where
Isaiah
chapter number 18. And verse number 3 says, when they will raise a banner in the mountain, notice that, and when they will blow a trumpet in the mountain, then the glory of God will come. You see, it's only in Kenya, in Mount Kenya, where we have a banner, there's a flag in the mountain, where a trumpet was blown in the mountain, only in Kenya, not anywhere in the world. Kenya was not there. All this part was Ethiopia. According to the previous, if you look at the maps, we didn't have Kenya, we didn't have, we had Sudan, we had the other part of the part towards downwards was Ethiopia. And Ethiopia, that is where King Solomon aliishi. That is where Jesus alikuja kufichwa. You know, Jesus used to speak the Amharic language. Amharic language is an Ethiopian language, meaning Africa is a cradle man. And that is why the entire world is interested. And where is the center of the world? It is in Kenya. And because you see the equator cuts Kenya into two pieces. It is in Kenya where you have the center. Where is the center? The actual center of the world, where is it? It's at the GPO. At the GPO, there is a stone. Have you ever seen it? There's Equity Bank and the GPO this other side. In the middle, there is a stone and a toilet there. That stone, it is the center of the world. It was put there by the Queen of England. That is where, and that's where two roads meets. The major road, the Trans-Saharan Highway. That is this Uru Highway. That is Transnational Highway, and also the Great North Road. They meet at the GPO. The one, the Kenyatta Avenue, going to Karatina, and also going that way, where the two roads meet. That is the center of the world. And those are the roads that is in the Bible, in the book of Isaiah 35.
Wow. I hope you guys have learned. And tukimalizia, Apostle, kuna bill mpya yenye inasukumwa saizi, na imesukumwa na Mark Mwenje, Muriithi MP Embakasi. Harvesting of human bodies after wamekufa.
So sasa hapo inakupatia who were in the Shakahola. Was it Mackenzie or the government?
Mackenzie said it. This shit is it's much deeper than you think.
Yes. They are coming now out. Tuachie hapo kikoti. Shakahola is answered.
Serious?
Yeah, that's an answer to Shakahola. They were harvesting.
So right now, it's that wanataka kuillegalize.
Wanataka kuillegalize ndio ikuwe normal, because this is part of the demonic agenda.
No, ile nini akware? The bodies that were found.
The same thing, the same Shakahola thing. Those were horror things that were being done. These people in the government, I wish you can get a deeper into them. That is, you'll be shocked to see what kind of business they do. You'll be shocked to understand what kind of human being that you're having as your leaders. They are so dangerous. If they can chase a deputy president because he has refused to give his back to somebody.
Serious?
Yes.
Serious?
He refused to read.
Yo.
Cheki, angalia, JCM, what is happening? People are being slaughtered. Is the other time you hand the one guy, alihit watu wawili na akawaua, and nothing happened. Angalia wakati another DJ aliua kijana because amekataa na hiyo kitu. What happened?
Na alafu wana twist story iko ni issue nyingine.
Angalia hii ya huyu msichana wa Nakuru. It will be twisted, she will be in the yeye ndiye atablemiwa.
Si ndio?
Yeah, yeye ndiye atablemiwa. It is a world of its own. It is a world, iko na mapastors, iko na mabishop, iko na mapolitician, iko na mapolisi, iko na DCI.
Scandals zina erupt side ya mapastors. Christianity iko na scandals mingi.
Ziko nyingi because those are the people who are driving the agenda. Hiyo ya gay na ya lesbians is being driven from the pulpit because it is an altar. So who are doing it? Because the money pastors are doing it because they are funded. Unakuta mtu amevuma kuvuma. Bako why huyu mtu anavuma? Kumbe kuna fund zingine, kuna vitu zingine zinafanyika, kuna kafara.
Tell me about the Masonic sword.
The Masonic sword, when I went, unanikumbuka kuna wakati nilienda kuiba huko kwa Masonic.
Umesema umeamua kukua mwizi.
Yeah. Unajua tuliambiwa, kuna mtu alituambia inside kuna vitu zote huko ni za gold. Masafuria ni za gold.
Wewe kitu yenye ulikuwa ukitaka ni gold.
Ni gold.
Umesema lazima utajirike.
Nilisoma, though I was not a Christian, lakini nilisoma Biblia, ikaniambia vitu zote they are meant for the righteous, for the people of God. And I counted myself as a person of God. Na watu wa shetani wanafanya nini na gold? So nikaenda kuiba.
You must take it back by fire.
Yeah, we bring it back to the people of God. So I didn't know hizi vitu ni spiritual. So wakati niliingia huko ndani, tumeanza kupora tukiweka nje vitu na pick up imekuja.
How long did it take you to just plan?
It was no, when we got the wind of what is inside there, ni kama leo jioni tukapangana kesho tunaingia huko. Roju ni pesa. Mimi ni Mkikuyu.
Wewe ni pesa unatafuta.
Ni pesa. Unasikia kiti moja imetengenezwa na gold 18 carats. Kiti moja. Na ni vitu hiyo nyumba yote truly.
Nani alikuwa akiwapatia hiyo intel?
Kuna soja moja alikuwa anafanya kazi hapa. Ukienda hapo kwa gate utakuta masoja.
Hii yenye kwa hapa.
Hii hapa Nyerere. Hapo kwa gate tu utakuta kuna masoja wako hapo. Au masoja wanakanga Islands. Wanaangalianga tu matajiri.
Hata sasa ni uoga ndio inafanya waka Islands wengi.
Wanaonanga tu matajiri wakiingia. They don't know what is happening, though they know what is happening.
Alafu wameuziwa uoga.
Na wameuziwa uoga ukijaribu ku. Sasa huyo soja moja akakuja akatuambia hapa kuna mali. Si ndio tulikuwa tumeendea, wacha tuingie huko ndani. Tulipoingia ni kama sasa tuingia kwenye hall. Alafu simeingia mlango mwingine hapa na hii mlango. Sasa tukavunja ile ya kwanza, tukavunja hii ya pili, tukatoa zile vitu zote zilikuwa huko tukaziweka nje. Kanta zilikuwa zimepakiwa sasa. Ni kuwekelea.
Unawahamisha.
So wakati kumalizia tu hivi kukatokea skeleton 3. Ziko na macho tu hivyo, uko na macho yako. Macho normal, lakini ingine yote ni skeleton walking towards us. Wacha nikwambie. I was a commander. But I sacked myself immediately. Kama tungewekwa na Usain Bolt hivi.
Hapo ndo jange malingu ndio imetoka.
We left everything apart from the book. Tulibeba tu kitabu yao, register yao, members. Hiyo tu ndio tulifaulu kubeba. But the rest, we never took anything.
Hadi kanta zenu mliacha huko.
Mpaka magari tuliacha kuzizi. Gari moja naionanga hapo nini Kilimani police station iliyosea hapo.
Sasa nani alizipeleka? Watchman mwenyewe aliwapeleka.
Kupeleka nini?
Like sasa hizo magari.
Si polisi wakuja. The GSU was sent. They came and told. Nikashikwa. That's the time I faced the real torture of my life.
How was it?
Ndio nilifinywa.
Ile yenye watu wanafinyangwa. Story mingi tutafanya.
Unafinywa mpaka unapatiana nickname ya mama yako.
Ile ndani. So guys, that has been our time. For more videos, just keep it locked. Tutakuwa na time nzuri na Apostle. And my name is Salete Tieno, so keep it locked.